better resign and leave.
As elections gave the citizens the chance to make their political decisions, constant demand for quality leadership from those join Tᴏɪᴛᴇʀ as it takes to task seasoned analysts, opinion makers, business professionals, and politicians on issues around politics, policies, governance, and leadership. You remains as we discuss the situations.
Good evening, how are you doing today? I can only trust that you've had a fantastic day so far. I can tell you for a fact that you've listened to today since the start of business day at 5 a.m. up until this very moment, different presentations that have been brought to the fore here on radio. And that basically summarizes our core values as a radio station. We're definitely here to give you off that objective. The Situation Room is Mondays to Fridays from 4 p.m. all the way to 5:30 p.m. 90 minutes where we spend time analyzing critical issues, critical national issues. And also, if it is a situation, we're definitely talking about it here. It's spirit, and the news never sleeps. That's something that you should know. And we are right awake with it here. Land FM. This is the Situation Room, as I introduced before. My name is Sage Babalola, and today on the program we're going to be diving deep into a very, very pressing topic. It has sparked wide-ranging debate, discussions across Nigeria, and talking specifically because I know a lot about the recent bill propositions that have been put forth by the House of Representatives. They introduced about 40 new bills that are currently sparking very passionate debates among the legislators and even the public alike. And the representative of the bills go through first, second, and they debate it. Which should go, which should we drop, which should be rescinded, which do you think is necessary? There's a whole process and debated, some of which have even been rescinded, some of which have been jettisoned, some have taken prominence over the other. And among these propositions is a very, very controversial bill. For example, one that seeks to a fine of 100,000 naira for those who abstain from voting. It scales through that bill. It has prompted serious concerns about things like civic engagement, yes, threatened to sue if they proceed with this particular bill. So as earlier stated, there's a lot of drama that has been unfolding, so infringing on our individual right. And that's not the only controversial one. There are other bills as well. Proposition that in a way gives viability to the not too young to wrong bill. If you remember in 2019, there was a bill that was introduced or even signed by former President Muhammadu Buhari that reduces the age for individuals that want to run for different offices like president, governor. One that would, if passed or if enacted, once you're older than 60 years old, you should. Today in the Situation Room, we're going to dissect these propositions in detail. We'll talk about the implications that they hold for democracy, the various reactions from stakeholders, what it could mean for the average Nigerian citizen. So do stay tuned as we unpack who really understands the law, somebody who's also something of a political activist. So he political activist, of course, and he has a very extensive portfolio, right? He maybe 4 or 5 of them, and then give you as we begin the conversation stream. Mainland 98.3 FM is how you find us. This is my guest, Barrister Deji Adeyanju.
See you again. It's good weather. You want to agree with that?
Yeah, I love weather.
Trending music.
I live the life that I love. I love the life that I live. Tomorrow.
Traffic updates. And everything fun is right here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch that dial.
The hardship you face, I wish there were other ways, but there is not. If there were,
In our to Friday, the perfect time to welcome you into the Situation Room as we continue to build the narrative about public service and accountability.
Mr. President, this Senate needs to know. Mr. President, this Senate needs to lend its voice to the plight of these people. Mr. President, there is nowhere I can say it except here. This is why I'm elected. If I cannot say these things on this floor, sir, I better resign and leave.
As elections give the citizens the chance to make their political decisions on Nigeria of everyone's dream. Join Okpeyemi Akinyode as it takes to task seasoned analysts, opinion makers, business professionals, and politicians on issues around politics, policies, governance, and leadership every Monday to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial, Mainland 98.3 FM.
8.3 FM. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to secure that connection. He probably got caught in other activities, but that's fine. We could proceed with the conversation on the program. We'll be looking at the most prominent ones. For example, capital punishment. And as you know, there's been a lot of human rights activists that have kicked against capital punishment. They think that issues that we still have with our judiciary, not to say that our judiciary is not credible, but sometimes we're human beings. There could be a miscarriage of justice. The situation in the case of a miscarriage of justice, that is one on the same day. They're trying to see to it that all elections are carried out on the very same day to create more states or convert LCDAs, amongst other things. Do you think that this would address the issue of equity? There's also a bill that's being proposed to return Nigeria to a parliamentary system of government, right? The election petitions, and also a bill that allows for us to wait for to swear in these individuals and hope that the courts give a decision that aligns with the decision that establishment of the FCT House of Assembly. Will this in a way decentralize power with the FCT, or with this certainly, like I said, the bill that seeks to imprison individuals of voting age who have their PVCs who then refuse to vote? I just decided to give you a rundown of all of some of the bills that we would be addressing before we're able to get our guest on air, so that we can proceed with this particular things, particularly when it comes to the power that has been conferred on certain individuals and why we need to, and maybe if we have an FC properties for whatever reason. So I'll play you some of his opinions and then we can bring him on board and hear.
Very well. This is the only way, and we have achieved our aim. What we wanted to achieve, we got him to go there. The people are now being they are going to be relocated. Is the Jadeyoju 1, weekend 0. I already intimidated him already. And if he does it again, I will intimidate him again. That one is not, he says, nobody changes the winning strategy. This is a strategy that works for me. If he goes after poor people's home again, I will do to him same thing that I've done to him now, and we will get justice for the victims. Because there's due process of law, you are sort of appeal to the High Court. None of those due process of law was followed. He just took bulldozers and went to bulldoze their houses and claimed that they are shanties. That what should be the political solution? All of us in this new room knows WK. The way out is for the governor to confront him frontally.
A judge of the court appeal should not operation, and Yabelo already has a hint before the operation happens, is because go and look at their cousin. They bring a list. How can you have politically exposed persons? You want them to fight corruption? It can never happen. How can you have politically exposed persons in the judiciary? Look at Wike's cousin. He's a national INEC. Wike's wife is a judge of the Court of Appeal. Not go anywhere near EFCC. The reason why you see some of these things happening today, where EFCC wants to carry out an operation, and Yabelo already has a hint before the operation happens, is because go and look at the recruitment process for EFCC in the last 10 years. It's politicians, senators, House of Reps, they bring their children, their cousin, they bring a list. How can you have politically exposed persons? You want them in the judiciary. Look at Wike's cousin.
Anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there is not. If there were,
In our quest to bring to the table issue-based conversation around nationhood and development, we have made 4 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday the perfect time to welcome you into the Situation Room as we continue to build the narrative about public service and accountability.
Mr. President, this Senate needs to know. Mr. President, this Senate needs to lend its voice to the plight of these people. Mr. President, there is nowhere I can say it except here. This is why I'm elected. If I cannot say these things on this floor, sir, I better resign.
And for quality leadership from those they voted into office.
Look at us now, there is nothing. We are starving. Tinubu should please do something.
It's also important to having a Nigeria of everyone's dream. Join WG=Akinyode as it takes to task seasoned analysts, opinion makers, Day to Friday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. on your super dial, Mainland 98.3 FM. We'll welcome you, roommate.
Fantastic conversations.
Great to see you again. It's want to agree with that.
Yeah, I love Twitter. Trending music.
Welcome. And he's not able to make it to the program today, but he has said that he'll make up for his absence. But lucky for us, we do have men of intellect who always are ready to participate in conversations like I've given to us today. We're going to be talking about the recent bill proposition by the Green Chamber. Barrister Monday Obani is a senior advocate of Nigeria, so you know that he knows the understanding and the workings of line. Sage Babalola is my name, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to speak to you. I didn't know that it's a live program.
It is live, sir.
I thought you wanted to say hi to me. But great. What is this all about?
Yes.
If you succeed in being a law, the president also has the power to ascend to that particular before it becomes impute. Is very critical as to the that law. Should it be allowed to stay?